Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. The podcast so bad, we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at DocSimmons17. I'm joined by a gaggle of good-looking men. I'm going to give a hot tag to my partner to introduce himself. Go ahead, brother.
Yes, sir. It's the Outlaw Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media, Z Hendricks brand. And of course, you can find Country Air at Country Air Official for Facebook and Instagram, and Country Air Brand on Twitter. Let's give it up to the man who's been rioting since his championship win.
That would be myself. I'm the one-man riot squad, Gunner Wicks. You can find me on all social media at Gunner Wicks.
And
transition.
Yes.
Perch, your turn.
Perch, you can find me at Perch XLV, pound sign for the rep brand, and Waffles Take It Home podcast.
Waffles. No waffles for me this weekend, just pancakes. Thanks to the lovely fiance. I know you.
What kind of cake?
Pancakes.
A short stack or a tall stack?
Short stack. I was in a bit of a rush. I didn't want the extra time eating a third pancake.
Worth it.
Yes. No complaints though. No complaints. It was very good. Had some sausage, cut it all up, mix it all together. Syrup on top. Can't go wrong. Yep. But Perch, if you're ready, why don't you let us know what the banger of the week is?
So, banger of the week. This one comes in courtesy of Pops right here, who's sitting right next to me as we're on this nice drive on a beautiful summer night. For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica.
Ooh.
Talk about a banger.
Oh.
This one definitely topped some banger lists, and I think it's a song that's held up on cassette tapes in cars that we've had, in the big vans that we've had growing up, on a mixed cassette tape. I think it's been on mixed CDs. I don't think we've ever actually had the Metallica CD, but
yes,
definitely had that song, and that banger.
I've never owned a Metallica CD, but I have worked out to a lot of their records. Very strained relationship, because if I'm listening to them, I'm usually tired and in pain.
Oh, hell yeah. And especially for a tune like that, for When the Bell Tolls, you hear that bell going, it's the real deal. And some deathmatch kind of stuff too on that end too, Nick Cage. So definitely banger of the week. And if you haven't heard it, definitely look it up.
Okay. Yep, definitely. All right. So I think we can probably get into what'll be a segment of excitement. Why don't we talk about what we watched this week? There were a couple big returns. Why don't we start with Zach?
So what I watched this week, I'm pretty sure, I'll say it, we all can talk about right now.
We can talk about
obviously AEW, Rampage in Chicago. There's a lot of people in the area who got opportunities there. Congratulations to all them. But the big thing, we were listening to a podcast earlier, and the podcast said CM Punk was able to sell out the arena by a rumor.
I gotta be in the right mood.
It did not disappoint. CM Punk being back in AEW, super happy, super entertaining.
Definitely.
He's one of my all-time favorites. So seeing him back, and I just like that there was no mystery. He came out and said, "I'm back." And he already kind of
Spread your legs more. You're pressing on the things too much, so you can't work.
Yes,
fuck, sorry
spread your
guys.
legs more. That's how Gunner likes it.
I thought I was muted. Carry on.
Well, we're just talking about CM Punk's return, but if we want to, we're trying to.
Just to clarify for the viewers at home, I'm currently at the gym, helping the young Padawan work out with me. So yes, this is not sex related. This is strictly business.
Whatever you want to call it, brother. We're not here to judge.
Have a
thank
good
you.
day, Tyson.
So
Anyway,
CM Punk, great return, yeah.
yes, phenomenal return. Like I said, and I'm pretty sure everyone else can feel it. Like, I just enjoyed the fact that he was straightforward and like there was no I like suspense, but like with him, I wanted to know when his first match was, and he called this shot right off the bat.
Definitely. Yeah. I feel like everybody wants a swerve, but sometimes you don't need it. Just give the people what they want. Gunner, what have you been watching?
So yeah, I saw CM Punk return too. Speaking of giving people what they want, big fan of the ice cream bars. I wish I would have got one.
Yeah, that was a great move.
Yes, fantastic move. But yeah, I watched AEW, watched all of SummerSlam and part of NXT TakeOver. So the CM Punk return, I don't want to say I saw it coming, but it's like rumored and everything, so kind of sort of half expected it. The Becky Lynch return, also half expected that, because when Carmella came out, I was like, they can't do this. Everyone would be so pissed. Like, they need something big to happen. And I was thinking, like, maybe it's Becky, and it was Becky. And I don't get how she won the title right away, but we can talk about that later if you guys have thoughts on that. But that was cool nonetheless. But the return I did not see coming at all was Brock Lesnar. And that made me very excited, because Roman is just absolute beast right now. Brock Lesnar is beast, obviously. And Paul Heyman is kind of stuck in the middle of his former client and current client. And I'm very intrigued to see how that all plays out.
Oh, yeah. It's the perfect type of drama that you love to see in wrestling. Can't wait to see what Paulie does, and you know he's gonna freaking kill it. Perch, you want to talk about what you've been watching this week?
Yeah, this week was a damn good week in pro wrestling, and I went down to Chicago firsthand to experience the Rampage at the United Center. I'd never been to the United Center before, and got to see the championship bowl. Really see like through their glass case of winning, and the banners won. Yeah, the energy was feeling it. There was a buzz. There was something in the air. Definitely good passion for pro wrestling. Everyone had it. Big smiles on faces behind masks. You could feel it. And then everyone's settling down. And we were greeted to probably 12. My God, it was so many matches. I think 17 total dark matches, in which we got to see some Blair Onyx, Lady Luck, GPA, Matt Fidget, lots of guys that we've worked with throughout the independent, but none cooler than to see Sierra coming up on that jumbotron.
Definitely.
I was nudging the people, just to my left and right, just talking, just casual fans, and just saying, hey, to anyone who came out, oh, that's so-and-so. It was the first time in my life. I guess I've tapped into knowing who these people are here. But it was cool. And then when she came up, I gave a good standing out. And she was out there with the blade, too, and the bunny. Well, I didn't know if the butcher was going to make his triumphant return. Kind of scared, yet intrigued.
No, yeah, that was dope.
And then, as soon as it happened, Dynamite hit. They put spotlights on the announcers, and okay, it's supposed to start. And then they paused for about 10 seconds, and then CM Punk's music hit. And yeah, that place went nuts. It's one of the coolest crowd atmospheres I've ever been a part of. The Brewers clinched the playoffs back in 2012, 2011, and we were there, and that was like deafening crowd. This is the loudest thing I've ever heard next to that, and but at this time it was more passion for what's happening. CM Punk is coming out, but what that represents is where wrestling is at 7 years ago, where it's at now, where it's going to be in the future. coming out, and when he took his knee and jumped into the crowd, that was an awesome moment. Awesome. So that one kind of stole the cake, but I would say the coolest moment was seeing John Moxley and Eddie Kingston whoop some ass in that finale.
Awesome.
Seeing that live was very cool in Chicago. You know, Eddie chant coming from the way back, which is exactly where you're gonna hear him, and it was awesome. I joined in a few times too. It's the hardworking people who bring their families to the shows, and we're gonna sit where we're gonna sit. Those are the people who are yelling Eddie Kingston's name at the top of their lungs, and that was cool to be a part of. So great show, great experience watching pro wrestling in Chicago for the first time.
Awesome. Yeah. I too watched CM Punk's return. I've talked about it. I wasn't really watching when the Summer of Punk happened, but I was watching, I guess, earlier in his WWE career. Very excited to see him come back. Love that he called his shot and he called out Darby. I think AEW has done a good job of building new stars like Darby Allin. I think this will be another big rating stealer for them. So I'm super excited. I did see the post of all the local homies getting their dark matches in for AEW. Really happy for them. Of course, watch some AEW Dark, some AEW Elevation. Right now, I'm watching WrestleMania. It's been pretty good so far, I can't lie. I enjoyed the Damian Priest Sheamus match. We're right now about to get into Shinsuke's match. What are people's opinions on Pat McAfee?
I love him.
I love him.
I listen to his podcast just about every day. It's great. But I think he brings a good enthusiasm and passion to the announce table. And I think he also integrates really well with Michael Cole and everything. So yeah, big fan.
Oh, definitely.
He makes it more exciting to watch, just his presence. So yeah, great.
So I agreed from the days on the Bob and Tom show in the morning. He was always entertaining. That was years ago when he was still a kicker, still a punter. And then once I started joining wrestling and listening to more radio shows and podcasts on Sirius, been listening to McAfee ever since as well. So just a good personality to have around the sport, and you can I take from him to see what's going on in the modern day. It's pretty up with what's going on, with modern day stuff. So I'm not necessarily modern, like the old school kind of things, and listening to him for as much as I can throughout the day. I love it, and he's got AJ on the show too, which is pretty cool. But he's cool. I like that he's in wrestling, almost like a Jesse the Body.
I'm sure he would be happy to hear that comparison from somebody. I love McAfee. I know some people have some strong opinions the other way, but I love seeing him or hearing him on commentary. His short time in the ring was fun. I love just how hype he gets for Shinsuke's entrance, because that's, I think, one of the best entrance songs going right now.
Can we talk about how they had a whole segment for SummerSlam dedicated to just that entrance, and he didn't even have a match? That's how good that entrance is. Didn't even need a match, just needed the entrance.
Yep, just come out, let the one homie riff on the guitar, and everybody's happy. Because that doesn't
I love that guy
complicated.
too.
Just give the people what they want, and you get positive reviews. So I think that's about all I've watched, so we can probably move on. And
did any of you guys, before we move on, did any of you guys see the Dragunov and I can't believe I'm forgetting his name right now, Walter?
Nope.
Yes.
Haven't seen it yet. Of course, seen some clips. I'm very excited for that to come up.
It is very good. It is brutal. That is how I like my wrestling. And they pulled it off great, perfection. Loved it. Highly recommend.
Walter is great. Dragunov, is amazing and is becoming a star because of Walter, and that's like how wrestling should work. You use established guys to put over the new guys and give them some attention.
One other thing about watching I watched Impact, and Christian retired the TNA like heavyweight championship. So like how he had the Impact and the TNA heavyweight championship. I thought it was cool. Like I was wondering like what they're gonna do to separate the belts, but he just retired it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's fitting.
I mean, that makes it easy. I mean, with the storyline with Moose just kind of bringing it back because, so yeah, I'm with it. I am excited to see Christian, back in TNA working with a lot of those guys that are in the main event. I think, if we get it, him and Rich Swann will be good. Him and Moose will be good. Real excited.
They had a good one with Brian Myers.
Yeah, it looked like it. I'll be catching up on Impact soon too. But yeah, wrestling is just in a really good place right now, isn't it? Love it. But like I said,
can't say that enough.
Yeah,
it's in such a good place right now.
Yeah,
just peaks and valleys, and right now a weekend like that just continues to motivate.
No, definitely. I had a lot of my non-wrestling friends hitting me up asking about, hey, I'm seeing this. It seems like a big deal.
Oh, no way.
Yep. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so it's reaching them. I guess like some of the returns this week were on like House of Highlights, which is mostly NBA stuff and basketball stuff. So yeah, it was a big week for wrestling. Oh yeah, I don't even know if we talked about it. Got to talk about that Jericho entrance last week.
Oh yeah!
Holy smokes, was that cool? That just gave me goosebumps.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, they built it right, and the crowd reciprocated. Like I said, or I guess has been the story so far of this episode is just give the fans what they want, and this whole time, there's been certain entrances in AEW that the fans have really taken to heart, and Jericho's is probably the biggest, and that was just such a cool moment. And
yeah, they're delivering.
Yeah, and you can just see it in his face. He is just eating it up. Like, I'm on top of the world. This is my band song that I have these people singing me to the ring to. So as I can only imagine. But enough gushing over other people. Let's talk about ourselves and talk about what we did this weekend, or in the case of this gentleman, because we didn't have him on last week. Gunnar, why don't you talk about your weekend prior?
So, yeah, sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm riding currently in the streets of Milwaukee. So yeah, last weekend didn't do much, but the weekend before I did a lot. Had a tournament final match, BCW Heavyweight Championship, went against people keep calling them Jesus Christ. Is it Jesus or Jesus?
Jesus.
Okay, that makes okay. Anywho, beat him in a steel cage. Perch was the ref. He did not steal my moment. Won the title. So I'm now the current BCW heavyweight champion, and it feels pretty good.
Yeah, Perch was not in the way. Didn't have to get choked out of his shoes this time.
Nope.
That was a story of a man overcoming struggles and adversity. That was a man of me lifting Gunner's hand, and I was the real hero there. I like to thank everybody for that moment. And, Gunner, I know we've been through hell, but for you to give me that moment at the end there, that was just wonderful. I know it all came full circle, and thank you so much.
Anytime, Perch. It isn't much, but it's a hard day's work.
Oh, shit. No, dude, that was such a cool moment, man. Just no one, especially for yourself and for all of us coming up training the same way, and learning the business the way we are, and learning from the mentors that we have. opportunity. And you know, the pro wrestling it's a life for us, and when you get rewarded with responsibility like that, it's just a cool moment where it shows that it's someone showing you that, hey, you did well, kid. So it was awesome to be a part of that moment, Gunner, and to be able to be in there with you. I remember when Mav had a moment like that too, and it was kind of a cool thing. So happy and proud of you. You earned that moment.
Thank you. Yeah, so something I didn't expect to happen this soon, I guess. And thinking back to when I first started, how I never thought I'd be able to grasp any of this shit, but I did to an extent.
Yep.
And now here we are.
Yep, it is a lot
crazy
to grasp on that first day.
Yes. Yeah, I went in kind of confident-ish my first day, but then after my first day, just completely destroyed any little confidence that I had. And I was like, dude, no way I'm gonna be able to do any of this stuff. And I felt that way for almost a year. And then I guess I decided to say fuck it and just, try hard, even if I think I can't do it. And things are working out pretty well going that way. So hopefully the wheel keeps turning.
Definitely, yes. Congratulations. It is definitely, the symbol of your hard work realized.
It feels good when that happens.
Yeah.
Not often does that happen, but when it does.
When it does, yeah.
It's the heart, man.
Yeah, the validation does feel good. You don't get it too often. Validation does feel good.
I think back instantly to Gunner doing his first ever up and over to where it's at now.
Yep.
It's just that concept. It's funny, and it just shows the hard ass work.
What I think about
sticking with it and working hard.
What I think about is I'm pretty sure fans don't know this. Gunner has a very powerful kip up, and I can remember the first days of him doing those.
Yes. I'm still waiting for the right moment to bust that out. But yeah, dude, kip ups were just about, they were impossible for the longest time. And then finally hit one. And it was still inconsistent at the beginning, but now it's pretty dang consistent. So yeah. And then the up and overs too. Yeah. I sucked a lot. So just want to get that point across.
So for all you sucky people out there, you too can do it.
Yes, sir. Sounds cheesy as hell, but just believe in yourself and don't take no for an answer. And whether your situation in life is fair or unfair or whatever it may be, just know that nothing gets in the way of you and hard work, and just no excuses.
Yep. No ifs. Only can or cannot.
Got to take her home on that one.
Yeah, it would have been a good spot to take it home, Gunner.
That's a wrap for the week.
It just has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. One.
We're done for real?
No. I guess. Hey, Zach, you want to talk about our weekend?
Yeah, I'll start it off. How about you start off with the Zowie and I'll finish with the Sunday.
Okay. Saturday we were at Back It Up or Back That Ass Up. I'm pretty sure it's Back It Up, but I'm gonna say Back That Ass Up. For Zawa Live down in Oregon, Illinois, the Northside Barbecue. Love that place. With Rikishi. It was a great outdoor show. Freaking hot. Cannot stress that enough. And it was a surprising hot. You don't feel hot when you go out into the ring and when you're doing it, but when you come back into that locker room, you just have that sudden realization that it was fucking hot outside. Not a big fan of that, but had an awesome match against Braxton and Pregel. Not a big fan of the results of how that ended, but what can you do? Your mama's favorite tag team will be down there a lot more, and we will be sure to exact our revenge. What did you think about the match, Zach?
I don't like taking choke slams from Gunner, so I don't want to take a double choke slam from two guys who are the same size, or dare I say, maybe one's a little taller than Gunner.
Yeah, possibly. Possibly. Those are
So,
some those are some big boys.
Sorry. All right, now I got that over with. Yeah, no. I thought everything was going smooth. We've had a good, like, we've only had a couple matches where Zawa more in Florida than we have in Illinois. But
Like this evened it
so
up. This evened it up. We are equal matches in Zawa and in Florida in
yeah, it
Illinois.
just seems like it was a match that we thought we could do, especially with bigger guys. Like, we want to challenge ourselves because we get just wrestle with guys who run around quick. Like, so something that we were able to do with two big guys. I don't know if it seems similar to anything else we've ever done in our career, but these guys are definitely big. But be able to do show off the speed, just unfortunately get caught sometimes, and doesn't mean we're not going to come back stronger and maybe bigger.
Oh, definitely bigger. It's like we are a fan of the big meaty men slapping meat, and we will definitely be back to slap meat harder.
Exactly. And then, speaking of slapping meat, we decided to go to Duluth, Minnesota, where we got to kick off Discovery Pro's first ever show in a tag match against Austin Foots and Tyler Jones, Flex Appeal.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Eric and everybody at Discover Pro. What an amazing setup.
Dude, just like the video package too, like we were like sitting like in a gorilla just waning. And when you look up, they have a giant, like, I'm talking about like a giant Titantron. And they play like the video package for the show. And I was like, this like feels like what you would play before a pay-per-view. It was like super cool.
No,
I was super hyped.
I was dumb hyped and like ready to go to war.
The only thing that they were missing was pyro. But like, I understand you can't do pyro, but I mean, like, I was like, if they start like fucking having some sparklers shoot up in the air, like,
yeah.
It was awesome. It was like just a great feel. The ring was huge. It was a very like for the first show.
Oh,
Really
and I just want to shout out, like, I am very bad. I don't know, like, because we all know there's like Merle's crew. That is a crew that's like further west. And we've worked with them a couple times, and they're always great and very accommodating to little bitches like me who are like, I need these ropes super tight. So really appreciate those guys.
Yes, but yeah, super good match. I thought the match was really well. Unfortunately, once again, you stomped my chest in.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Like I said, man, people are picking up on the air buddies. We're gonna have to really be in the gym honing our shit.
Exactly, but for anyone that saw what we shared on Facebook with homeboy flying off the milk crates, that was a little preview to what happened Sunday.
Yes.
After the match, well, me and Doc are discussing and talking about what we could have done better against Flex Appeal. We turn around and we see Flex Appeal have their teddy bear up in the air, and they launched him. I think they think we're as big as our opponents were Saturday night because they launched him over us.
Yep.
And the floor is cement, ladies and gentlemen. There was no padding or nothing. So yeah, a little launch over with Teddy, it backfired and Teddy smacked his head on the cement, and it is what it is. But I don't know if they like were firing him and that's how you get fired from Flex Appeal. I don't know the job recommendations, but
yeah, I don't know how what the application process is to be the teddy bear for Flex Appeal. But good news, he does seem to be okay. Little damage. This is wrestling. It's very dangerous. That's why they had all those "Don't try this at home" promos in the 90s and early aughts.
Exactly.
But good to see he's okay. Yeah, not the best ending to the match, but Freaking yay. Discover Pro, man. Check them out. Follow them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that. Their next show is in November, I believe. And your mama's favorite tag team will be back on the road, being those out of town shooters that you know we are. And we will be there to get that win back too. So it's gonna be a hot winter. We're coming in hot. There's a lot of things we need to take care of. Expect a lot more fun from your mama's favorite tag team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll pass it off to the senior official who had a long weekend. Why don't you talk about what you did, brother?
Yeah, so dating back to last week, we'll kick things off with Sunday. Last Sunday, we were out in Minnesota as well for MAW.
Oh yeah, we
Had
also
an
did
awesome
Perch
show.
last week. So how was your past 2 weeks, brother?
Yeah, well, mentioning that Gunner Cage match, that just about catches us up. And that was Saturday. But then Sunday kind of, technically fits into last week, which fits into the shows that were this weekend. So yeah, we touched on that. No, but it was and Sunday was the Minnesota show with a lot of the academy students who are good guys. We've gotten to know over the years through different shows across the border and on our side, on their side. ICW is used a handful of the students, and just some really good times and good family atmosphere out there. Minnesota and Wisconsin, I've found in pro wrestling at least, kind of a kinship. We're a couple of islands up there. You don't just necessarily go there unless you're going for a destination, but absolutely love it. And there just so happened to be a match with Stephan Bonner taking on Nick Aldis, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Yes.
So I got to see the title in all of its glory. It was majestic. It was beautiful. And as we were watching on for the main event, as it was taking place, well, RJ Wilkins took a bump as a ref, and he fell out, and he took a Stephan Bonner right arm, boom, out cold, leaving no one else but myself to run into the ring and perform for the rest of the match and officiate the final goings of the match, which end up seeing Nick Aldis retain the title by roll up. So still champion Nick Aldis, and I got to see that title and hold that title and hand it over and raise the champion's arm. Really cool moment. Something that I kind of thought to myself years ago I always wanted to do, and one day it would happen. And well, just like Gunnar said earlier, don't cut yourself out. Believe in yourself. You can do it. More motivation to go along the line. So yeah, it was a really cool moment, cool reflection. And then kicking things off to this weekend, we had Warrior Wrestling on Saturday. That was an absolute blast. Got to work 3 matches on the main show. First one was Marco Stunt against Jackson Crowley. And talk about a scary opponent. My goodness, Jackson was pretty eerie. But good match, great time. It took place inside the gym because there was thought of there being rain, and it was raining during the day. But yeah, it ended up being a good show and a fun time. The next match was Airman, Artemis against Mr. Iguana for the Warrior Luchador Championship, which is an absolute honor to hold that championship as well. Artemis took the win with an ankle lock and got the submission. That was a very cool, hard-fought match. And then I got to officiate the first ever GMSI Invitational for the big medallion with Brian Cage and 5 others, TJP and Dante, Casey Navarro, a couple others, and
I believe it
I
was
can't wrap my brain.
Chandler Hopkins and Alan Angels, I believe.
Yeah, Chandler Hopkins. Yep, Hopkins was the one I couldn't think of. What an awesome worker and the most beautiful shooting star press. And Alan Angel from the Dark Order, just a very cool dude. I stepped on his hand, almost broke his finger.
Ooh.
Yep, it was a thing. But he's all good. Yeah, I got him a beer afterwards. We had ourselves a good laugh.
that Wisconsin hospitality always comes through.
Yes. It turned out that he got me more than I actually got him. But he got me all right. And it was great. It was really cool. Holding up that medallion was sweet. They've given me, opportunities to officiate some cool first matches, and it's an honor every time. I get to learn from Jake Clemens, Rob King from the NWA. Such a good mentor over every Warrior show I've been to. Jeremy's a great dude. We had Lowe counting the time for us. Just a plethora of knowledge to go around. Great show all around. And then Sunday had Galley Lucha at Talia Hall. My goodness. I look back, it was about 2.5 years ago when we were asked to use our ring for that show. So we did. We helped set up. And I think it was Zach and Maz and myself and Junior, Chucky, Lou, and Frank. And we didn't know anything about luchas or Chicago or anything at all. This venue, is this nice? Is it not? Well, it was an awesome venue, old school. So we used our ring that night, and we worked pre-show matches. So to fast forward 2.5 years later, I know the people at the company. I've worked with the people at the company. I've got a better relationship with the people at the company. It was kind of a full circle moment in understanding, the steps that have been made from the last time I was here to where I'm at now, and all of us are at now, and where we're all going to go, the next time that happens, if there's a next time. Another cool moment of reflection. What was that?
I said, my bad, bro. I was asking, did they have any more good, comfy socks?
Oh, no, not that I saw. But it was that awesome locker room, and really cool. Great vibe, great energy. It's an honor amongst all of the wrestlers and luchadors to perform at that venue. So to understand that was cool too. That I didn't quite get the appreciation the other time around. But ended up having some cool matches. A good tag team match to start with Herrero Galley. I really like him. Great entrance against Lady Tigress, which was great, and Golden Star. A couple of good heels. And it was a fun match all around. Good old fashioned lucha. So bad guys, and a good devastating spear for the finish. And then the next match I had was Artemis again against Gino Medea, and that was cool. Great match, good size, good back and forth. Good heel in Gino, all the way around. Artemis, good baby face, great technical, and that one ended by way of ankle lock again. He's really working that knee and ankle and vibe, and yeah, that was good. Very, very devastating. I had to help Gino with his boot off. I had to take it off. It was swollen up to the size of a softball. But great match all around. Great wrestling weekend. That passion was in the air, kicking things off with that CM Punk night at the United Center. There was a good vibe, great energy throughout the entire weekend.
Awesome. Awesome. Yes, that it looked fun. I did see some of the at least Warrior clips. I haven't had a chance to check out Galley yet. But yeah, great weekend all around, great weekends all around for the Take It Home crew. Um, so I think we can go ahead and move into my question for this week. I speaking of Warrior, they announced their next show, and it sounds like we're gonna have a wrestling legend there in Bret Hart, and that got me thinking of the Hart family and lineage, and what that means. So I asked the crew if you were to start your wrestling lineage, your wrestling family, what would that be known for? I'll go ahead and start. I because my immediate thought was I think the Simmons family would be the opposite of the Hart family. I think the Hart family is well known for being these uber technical wrestlers. You know, we always hear the stories of the Hart dungeon and you know Stu Hart stretching people out, and you know that would just be the first 4 hours of practice was just Stu Hart laying on you and just beating the shit out of you. I imagine the Simmons dungeon would be somewhat similar, but it would be strikes. I think it's going on notice how much of a hard hitter I am. I think I've got some of the best strikes in wrestling right now, and I think all down the line, I would just want to pass that on and you know just have a army of heavyweights just beating the hell out of people. Zach,
I'll give you this.
yeah,
I think like my lineage would be first of all the Hendrix lineage. Everyone would have phenomenal hair.
yep.
Like if they did not, I would literally tell them like you can't. I will not. You don't use the name. You should get some sauce to that hair, bro. But like overall, I think I would like to think the Hendrix lineage would be the lineage of like no matter where we're at on the card, no matter who they have, like it's gonna be a damn good match. Like I just think like I like me and Doc. Anytime me and Doc about matches and like we think stories and like when we are allowed to like have the like a little bit of creative of what we want to do, we come up with a lot of cool stuff. And I like to think I like to try to think sometimes outside the box of what we could do. So I like to think maybe it'd be like really good. I don't know if I'm really good technically. I feel like my amateur wrestling's there, but if anything, I would just like to know like it's like the Von Erichs, like you're all the like you're just gonna have
No, yeah,
it's
I
just
get
gonna
it. No,
be
yeah, yeah. No, Von Erichs had that legacy. It's like you
yeah, like they
everybody
have
that they pump out, you know, they're going to be
they
a
all
great
do
wrestler.
no matter what spot they're on the card, like you know it's gonna be a good match. You're super excited to see.
Yep, and
Yeah,
the crowd is there for it, and you just hear
like, no
that
matter
Von Erich
what
name.
role they're in. Like I guess that's like a very generic thing to say. I don't know.
No, I get it. I get it. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Good match, great matches tomorrow on the card. Phenomenal hair, cool t-shirts.
Yeah, yeah. That can't deny the creativity of one Zach Hendricks. Merch sales were good this weekend. Wix. Would you have a family of rioters?
This is a hard question to think about because wrestling on its own is a hard thing to do. Raising kids on its own is a hard thing to do. So doing both in tandem seems like very unrealistic and not possible.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
if it were to happen, and to also have those kids grow up to be wrestlers, if that's what they chose to do with their lives, I guess it'd be like to be known for like you know how like kind of every like family in wrestling has like a vibe or like they share parts of their gimmicks, you know. I would like very much if my future children were to ever wrestle be characters or performers completely different than I am. I think having like I don't know what's the word for it, just like vary it up, not be the same as me, would be
you
pretty
want the
cool.
Wicks legacy to be that they were all unique.
Yes, unique. That's the word. God, Doc, you're so good with words. No, yeah. Unique is a good word. Just because I feel like many wrestling families are not maybe quite like that,
Okay.
except for the Rotundas, maybe. I don't know.
I guess, yeah,
But
kind of. Yeah. Yeah, none of them are alike.
but other than that, I guess just being good, hardworking performers in the ring and professional and respectful outside of the ring, doing things the right way, working hard.
Nice.
No shortcuts.
They all have war paint.
No, that the whole uniqueness thing I want earlier. Yeah, no face paint. I took it. They can't have it.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. But yeah, you want your family to be known as unique characters who work hard. Okay, nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
And lastly, Perch. Are we pumping out a family of referees?
Oh man, this is such a good, unique question. I immediately thought, if I had a kid, and maybe if they had a kid, and
Yeah,
how would you want to be spoken about?
because that's the
and
thing.
one thing,
This isn't just about it. It's not about your legacy. It's everybody's legacy contributing.
yeah, it's the next. It's the kid doing stuff on his own and saying who his old man was,
Yeah.
and vice versa. And heard good things about my boy. Oh, good.
Grandbabies and all that.
Yep. Babies, and his grandpa was, whoa.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. That was such a unique question. Loved it. So my initial thought was, this is something that I would take pride in. Maybe it harkens back to a job that I always wanted when I was younger. I wanted to either be like a limo driver, or a getaway driver from the mob, or something like that.
Yeah.
But a role that I love, being a referee in particular. I love doing other odds and ends and helping out the show any way I can, as well as thirst for knowledge and looking to grow and experience every aspect of the business I can. That being said, one of my favorite things in pro wrestling, and trying to be a person who can do this as much as possible, is being a guy who can give rides to the performers, whether someone's in town from Japan, or someone's in town from out of state, or someone's in town from who knows where. I currently love being a guy to pick people up from, say, the airport or the hotel, and bringing them to the show. And that made me think that, down the road, see where that takes you, and to always continue that. But to then one day have a kid, and they're gaining that same responsibility, or that same kind of respect earned amongst the people, amongst the performers, and realizing, oh yeah, that's Perch. Perch's boy brought you there. And yeah, it was a cool thought. So my thought would be, yep, would love to have a family of known as, they were always the people who were there when someone needed a ride. And just to think about the generations that can be done, the decades and decades. Used to drive in what car? Oh my God.
There's nothing wrong with that. And I think,
Oh, yeah.
if other aspects of how you handle the business were to be passed on to your kids, that your thirst for knowledge, I think that's very realistic, that it might go actually the other way, where people are like, hey, you got to pick up a Perch kid. People will be wanting to give your kid rides to get the knowledge instead. So I don't think it's impossible.
Yeah, no, it was just a cool thing to think of, and to realize, what if I give a ride to someone right now, and 20, 30 years down the road, maybe a grandson or a kid is given a ride to that same guy, something along those lines, or guy or girl. That is a very cool thought, just mixing and mingling from the working perspective, the hard, the stuff that has to get done to make the show go on.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. No. A wrestling show needs, a lot of parts. They need the people who hit hard. They need the good-looking, long-haired people. They need the unique characters, and they need the people who get them to the show to actually put it on. I think all these legacies we want to leave are, very important to the future of wrestling. But nice, very unique answers from everybody. Why don't we go ahead and start winding it down and talk about what we got coming up this weekend? It is a huge weekend for everybody this week. So do please pay attention to everyone's social media, like, share, subscribe, all that. Why don't we start with Gunner? What you got coming up this week, brother?
So Friday, Fourth Wall Wrestling, myself versus Jake something, in which I'm sure will be a hard-hitting, just bodies smashing on bodies main event. At least that's what I'm hoping for.
Yep, very meaty men slapping the biggest of meat.
Yep, just two big sweaty men going at it. That's this Friday. I feel like I was doing something else this weekend, but I don't remember. Brew City Wrestling has some stuff this weekend. Yeah, Wapaka, right? Wapaka County Fair doing that. Oh, and Mexican Fiesta Saturday.
Yep, Mexican Fiesta. That's what it is. Mexican Fiesta.
Yep. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, wrestling all 3 days. Feels good. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. Perch, what do you have this weekend?
This weekend coming up, you've got freelance wrestling for some TV tapings Friday, Saturday. Going to be a good time. You mentioned Mexican Fiesta. Like, oh man, that's going to be at the Summerfest grounds. That's always a fun show. So I'll have the spirit in mind as I'll be, as we'll be, doing the taping. So enjoy that one, guys. But we'll be doing freelance tapings Friday, Saturday, and then back in town for Waukesha Elks Lodge for the Insane 8. I'm excited. We're having a pay-per-view come to Wisconsin.
Yes.
Fight TV does not come too often. It does not. It's odds and ends events, but to be a Wisconsin promotion, born and bred from the roots of MAW and the heart of Wisconsin, ICW, Milwaukee, putting on a pay-per-view on Fight TV. I'm so stoked. Being a Wisconsinite, being a wrestling fan, being a fan of Waukesha and just Wisconsin living in general, the Elks Lodge is pretty damn cool. Those people are sweet. That place is going to be bumping.
Yeah, that'll be
Sunday.
Sunday. Pay for your whole team. You'll only need the edge.
You'll only need the edge.
Actually, you probably won't need your seat because the guys will probably use it.
Don't bring your seat. It will get used and destroyed.
Right, yeah, more than likely. But Insane 8, always a good time. Zach, why don't we talk about what we got coming up this week?
Yes, sir. Friday, we will also be with Gunner at Fourth Wall. It'll be your mama's favorite tag team, Country Air, doing a home team game match, I'd like to say. And we're taking on the tag team of Brew Baker and CJ Esparza. As much as we enjoyed partying with them back in April for Mania weekend, I feel like everybody we went to, they were at. As much as we enjoyed hanging out with them, the knowledge they gave us, you need to realize when you give us knowledge about yourself, it's going to backfire sooner or later. And we're going to take the knowledge they gave us, and we're going to become the number one contenders for those Fourth Wall Golden Jackets.
Hell yeah. I am so excited for this one. This is definitely going to be a banger. So excited to be back at Lake Buena Vista's. Awesome place, awesome food, awesome drinks. Come check it out.
Day.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. And then for the rest of the weekend, we will be making the trip down to Nashville, Tennessee at the moment.
Yes, sir. We are going to CCW down in Tennessee. Doc, is it in Nashville or where exactly is it?
It is in Nashville. It is in Nashville. It's only 15 minutes from where we're staying. I actually just confirmed.
So all right, so we'll be in Nashville. We're actually doing the Brian Cage seminar, and we not sure. We did when we reached out, we did tell them that we were a tag team, and they had some interest. So not sure if any other opportunities come, but we're going down there, getting back to the grind of seminars. Brian Cage is a man who's doing it all. He's a big man who does big man stuff, little man stuff, does it all. Just gonna be great knowledge and
Was a solid tag team wrestler on the indies for a while with
and like
Cali. With,
we've seen that wrestling the last few years, especially with AEW evolve, becoming alive. Wrestling's truly evolving, and he's one of those guys who evolves. So it's gonna be great to like listen to him and have that knowledge where we can pretty much evolve and advance our game.
Yep, it'll be and trained by Chris Canyon, a huge innovator in wrestling. So really looking forward to this one.
Yes, sir. And then Sunday right now looks like it's just a 12-hour car ride home. But you don't know where we're gonna, but you don't know where we make a pit stop yet.
Yep. So just keep an eye on those Country Air, Doc Simmons, Zach Hendricks social media pages to see where we're at or keep us entertained while we're on the road. It will be highly appreciated.
Yes, sir. Show us the love, and for those who stay at home in Milwaukee, go check. I would say if you've never experienced the Insane 8, go experience Insane 8, especially at the Ice Lodge. We all can attest to this. We're very good friends with the owner, and the excitement he has for the show. Just nothing's better than when you have an owner really excited and fought to have the show at his venue.
Yeah, like having the venue behind the show means so much when they're,
and not just behind the show, like the venue giving you ideas of how they want to run how they want the show set up. So it just seems like it's gonna be a huge party. Unfortunately, we won't be there. Sorry, we're not gonna be there. We'll be down in Tennessee, but it's gonna be a hell of a show. The Insane 8 tournament's nothing. It's like no other tournament. It's something you gotta experience.
Definitely. Yeah, sadly, this will be the first one I've missed since getting in the business, but looks like it'll be, each one seems to top the last. I expect this to be no different.
And if you guys all forgot, they have a brand new pretty belt.
Mm-hmm.
And
don't worry. Your mama's tag team, mama's favorite tag team, has been keeping an eye on that. We like that shit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Gunner, do you have a question so that we can take this on home?
Yes, I do. So winning the BCW heavyweight title got me thinking of this particular question. What award or title belt or plaque or trophy or whatever are you most proud of in your life?
I can go first.
Go for it.
That would be in high school, winning the districts for wrestling. That was probably my proudest moment. So that's the thing. It's weird. I don't feed well off of positive emotion. I am definitely more motivated by negative emotion.
Oh, me too, 100%.
So yeah, I mean, like it might sound weird. Don't give me compliments, give me critiques. Don't give me awards. Shit on me. That it will make me better in the long run. In senior year wrestling, I just felt very disrespected most of the year, and to have that validation at the end of the year, just to prove that I was better than a lot of people thought I was, felt great. I like proving people wrong. It's a good feeling.
My favorite feeling. Zach?
I'll go with two. I'll go with like personal and professional wrestling. Personal, I'm gonna go off of what Doc said. My fourth place ribbon for semi-state my junior year, because top four, when you place top four at semi-state, you qualify for state. I was very overlooked in high school. I was tall, skinny, and lanky. Believe it or not, with this gut I got now, I was like 152. I placed fourth at regionals. Should have done a lot better, but when I went to semi-state, my first round match was against a guy who was predicted to win semi-state and be top four in the state. Easily beat him. The match going to state was one of those where I was not supposed to be there. This guy was overlooking me. Went strong. At the end, I did a nice little Rocky Balboa comeback story. Super fun. Was able to get the pin in the last 10 seconds. And at that point, I had a lot of eyes on me. And like my coaches were even telling me, like, hey, like you are becoming a dangerous player in this tournament, because no one expected you to even get this far. So even though it was fourth place and I was on the bottom of the podium, I was not supposed to be there. And it was one of those things where it was like running every night, doing what I was doing. I didn't do high school parties. I never partied in high school. I literally would run after I ate dinner. I would run 3 to 5 miles a night. Me and my buddy would go to the gym all the time. Like we were always on the grind. So just to be able to have that finally pay off and stand on a podium where you're not supposed to be there was very satisfying. And then professional wrestling, I would have to say, was the ICW tag titles. Me and Doc, we started at Brew City one time, but like really got the chance to break out ICW. I feel like Country Air like really made a home at ICW with the fans. And it was the day before my birthday. One of the greatest managers of all time in our corner. It was our first title run. And even though we no longer had the belts, the fact that like we were able to become the longest reigning ICW tag champs in our first ever title reign as a tag team, it's special to me.
No, yeah, that's a good one too. Can't deny it. Yeah, that was a special night. It was great to have everybody there. Perch.
My first ever job was scoring softball at Champion Field in Oconomowoc, where I grew up, and it's the coolest place in Oconomowoc. Love the softball diamonds. Good people, good place. So I was a little kid scoring softball, first ever job. So I grew up. As soon as I was able to play, it had to be like, what were we, 16, 17, sneaking in, playing. You have to be 18 to do it. But best part about playing softball was I was able to be on a team with my brother. And being 4 years apart, we were never really on the same team before. But in this case, we were both holding down the outfield, both center fields. So I would be a leadoff hitter. He would be kind of a 3-4 hitter, big home run stick, and I'm more of the wheels. And we ended up winning the championship, several of them, but one in particular is the 2015 softball B League champions. It's like the absolute proudest accomplishment right there. And that one in particular, because we still have the trophy in my brother's house. Love it. It's great. To many people, softball is a lot of things, but to me, it's family. So, everything's relative, but that trophy right there represents a lot more than just a game. But on paper, yeah, it's the B League Men's Tuesday Night Softball Championship.
No, I feel you. I like, what is it? Probably like, I think it's 2012 Fairfax Athletic winter flag football championship is high up there too. Only because I didn't. The only reason it's not higher is because I didn't play the championship game, and I'm petty.
Ooh, I had a walk-off hit in the semifinal game. We had to play 3 games on the final night, and the game to go to the championship. I get up and have the classic, like never had that moment before, but boop, get the hit, game winner. Yeah, I don't think I did shit in the final game. I think I struck out twice.
All in how you finish.
Oh, it was cool. Good question, G. That was sweet.
G, do you have an answer, or are we just to assume last weekend?
Last weekend was pretty cool, but I do have an answer, and it's not that. If I had to pick something, probably be getting my bachelor's degree, just because for those that don't know, I have like 6 brothers and 2 sisters, pretty big family, and none of them went to like a 4-year college or university, and my parents didn't either. And being like, I guess, the first person in my family to do that is something pretty cool, especially given the fact that I really sucked in high school academically. Did not try at all at anything except for like art class.
Understandable.
And gym if I was pissed off enough. Let out some steam. But yeah, and to do it with like high honors, and like that was like one of the first things in my life I think I really like tried hard at, and came to the realization that like if I do this for other things, I might be successful.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I had to pick something, it'd be that.
Understandable. Yeah, realizing your own potential, and yeah, I can do stuff when I actually want to is a good feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. And that led full circle to being the BCW heavyweight champion.
Hell yeah, brother. Wear that gold proud.
I will. And if Mav Boone thinks he can take it away from me, I'm going to kick him in the teeth.
Please do.
Bro, just
Yeah. We're harkening back to some of the original champions when we all first started, with Gunner being the champ, back to that kind of a good size. Going to take someone to knock him off his feet to have a chance. Whether it was Max or at Cahagas, a couple of tough nosed champions. Mav had it for a while, and he had to rely on everything. He had to use his wits and smarts and his crew to do it. Now with the one-man riot squad with that title, it's gonna take someone to chop that tree down before that tree's going down.
Yeah, we're back to the big meaty men having the title.
Yep, good size.
Fully expecting Mav to bring some shenanigans. I don't think he's coming in there, or I'm not expecting it to be a fair fight. So, but that's a few weeks from now. We don't got to worry about that.
Just keep studying Muda. That's my best advice. Now that you're on top, study the best.
That's your solution to everything, Perch.
Study the best on top. Now that you're on top.
Your advice when you're on the bottom, study Muda. Your advice when you're on top, study Muda.
Study Muda more. They got you here.
The most devastating Beal throw in wrestling. Mav has experienced it. Just Beal throw him. Beal throw. Beal throw. Beal throw.
Spear.
That definitely worked once.
Ought to work.
Doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to be effective.
Yep. All right. So I think if nobody has anything else to say, we can take it home.
Freelance Underground, IWTVs, Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
AAW Live, Wednesday nights on Twitch.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. We can take our home.
Yeah, those companies, Fourth Wall, Brew City, ICW, Zawa, Zello. Follow the companies that put us over because we like them. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. 1.